The military coup in Niger Republic and the attendant closure of the Nigeria-Niger border has left residents of the border communities in Sokoto State, northwest Nigeria, stranded. News Central's correspondent Bernard Akede is live for us in the area, and he tells us what the situation is. Good morning, Bernard. Good to have you. Well done. We hear you've been in Sokoto State for 3 days now. Tell us what the current situation is over there.
Good morning, Olive. Good morning, Osaroge. Yesterday, I left. Well, I was still at the border town, which is where currently that's Ilela border town. Actually, the first day we went across the border to the other side. That's the Nigerian side actually. And then yesterday we were now in the Nigerian side. The major challenge that we have noticed, which is common among the border towns, both border towns, is the fact that the closure of the border, which is as a result of the sanctions, economic sanctions placed on Niger by ECOWAS, has caused a lot of economic challenges for the people, both in Niger and in Nigeria. I explained yesterday, which again is what we found out today as well, that border towns largely are commercial towns. Everybody here in Ilela has to know how to sell one thing or the other because you have goods, commodities, goods and services crossing the border. But since the border has been closed, it clearly has affected the commercial life of the people and the social life of the people. We were all able to speak to who was the deputy to the village, to the traditional head, I beg your pardon, and he told us that the people here in Ilela and the people on the other side of the border in Niger Republic.
Once again, connection challenges with Bernard Akede, who's at the border between Sokoto State and
the same language, they have the same religion, and then in some places they even share the same currency. You know. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, Please Bernard. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was explaining the challenges that they have at the moment. So now it seems though that ECOWAS sanctions may actually be getting to Niger Republic. One of the reasons why I say that is because a lot of the liquefied petroleum gas that goes into Niger comes from Nigeria, and with the closure of the Nigerian border, we saw so many tankers of LPG stuck on this side of the border. So we can literally say that Niger is running out of gas at this point. Whether or not that will be able to stifle, eventually will be able to succumb to ECOWAS ruling and then reinstate the democratic government there, well, only time will tell. And then finally, just before I let go of this, I was saying the social life of the people. Now we met the imam, the chief imam of Ilela community here, who actually has a wife in Nigeria and another family in Niger. Now he said that the closure of the border has prevented him from being with his family on the other side of the border, and he's not just the only one. There's several people who have families there. Also, the closure of the border has not just affected the living, it also has affected the dead. There are Nigerians who live on the other side of the border. Some of them, family members, have passed in the past 3 weeks, and bringing them onto this side to bury has been a challenge. One of the people told us that they had to stop their vehicles at the side, at the Nigerian side of the border, and they had to bring their deceased on foot to this side just to lay them off. This border has had on both Nigeria and Niger. Yeah. But it appears that largely it is the Nigerian side that is feeling the pinch the most.
Yeah, and of course, when there's sanctions placed, it's mostly the people who suffer, not the people who committed the crimes that brought the sanctions. So unfortunately, it will be the Nigerians that will bear the brunt of whatever sanctions ECOWAS or whoever else is placing. And of course, Bernard, what do you know about the extensiveness of Nigeria's borders with Niger? Like, aside where you currently are located, how much of a stretch is that border? And are there chances that there are places that are slightly more porous than where you currently are standing? And also, what is the mindset of the people, if you've spoken to any of them, concerning the coup itself?
All right, I'm talking about the border first of all. Yes, clearly, like every other border, there are places that are manned by security operators, which are official border points or border posts, heavily secured, and then you have some kind of surveillance infrastructure around there. But within the bushes, there are places. I spoke to a journalist earlier when I got to Sokoto, and he told me that there are several porous points across the border, just like you have in the southern part of the country as well. But now it is the job of security operatives, that's the Immigration Service, Customs, DSS, the police, even the army, to ensure that those porous points are manned and are checked. Of course, they will do the best they can, but there's only so much they can do actually to man those, will I say, porous points of the border eventually. Now, to your second question, speaking to the people concerning the coup, majority of the people here largely are unconcerned about the politics that is going on, to be honest. While some are aware and they know what's going on, others are not even sure about what exactly is happening. Their major concern is their economic life. They just want everything to come back to normal so that the border will reopen. All the people we spoke to yesterday, the Wakili, the chief imam, said politics affects, just like you clearly stated right now, affects the lower people, affects the poor, affects not those in government, unfortunately. So once the borders are closed, sanctions are dropped on this country, these countries, as the case may be, it's the people who actually get to suffer it. So all they are asking is for the government or governments, as the case may be, to resolve their issues ECOWAS so that they can get back to their days, basically, like they say, doesn't necessarily concern them.
Yeah.
All right.
Must be really tough for these persons, and we're talking, thousands and thousands, even millions of people that are affected by these issues. I think we can wrap up here, but Bernard, stay safe. Say hi to your tailor.
Thank you very much.
You found yourself a really good tailor at the border there to make that outfit. To say hi to him, and we'll be speaking with you again pretty soon.
I will. Thank you very much.